Sheldon, just how do you guys bounce back from the disappointment in Seattle and not making the playoffs to finish this off?
Still got a job to do. I think at the end of the day, obviously emotions are high, with that loss and understanding what it meant. But, being back in the building, being back in here, guys still have that sense of urgency to finish this thing off strong. You never want to go into the offseason with a bad taste. You never want to go into it, wounded, so to speak, going into it, dragging or anything like that. Like, you want to go into it with a positive mindset and understand that, obviously we didn't achieve everything we wanted to achieve, but being able to hang your hat on so many positives that came with the year, with the young guys we have, how they, took over this thing and played well, with the new acquisitions, how they meshed and gelled, and how we've truly become a team, not just a collection of players. And it's just it's going to be beautiful watching this thing go forward and understanding that no, we don't make the playoffs, but we can finish the season off strong and continue to build on everything that we want to achieve going forward.
Why is that important, just to finish the season strong and just to keep that same sense of urgency despite, not having anything to play for, use playoff runs?
It's just part of being a team. I think, I think the difference between a team and just a collection of players, you have a bunch of different agendas, in situations like this where, now this guy's just playing for, to not get hurt, or this guy's just playing for this incentive in his contract or something like that, where as a true team, you understand that each and every time you take the field together, it's an opportunity to represent each other, not just yourself. And when we do that, we do it the right way, and that's going out there trying to get a win every week.
You really having the spoiler role?
Oh yeah, listen, absolutely. We know that in the back of our minds. We're not foolish to the idea. If we go down there and take care of business, we knock a division opponent out of it as well. But at the end of the day, if you go into it with those ulterior motives, you're selling yourself short. You got to go into it with the mindset of you're just trying to get better. You're trying to continue to establish yourself in this league and continue to put great things on tape. I always say, like, the tape is your resume, because other 31 teams, they don't know I'm a nice guy. They don't know I'm likable. They don't know, what my grade point average was. Like, they don't know I can cook. They don't know none of that. Like, they don't know none of that about me. All they know is when they cut the tape on, what do they see 98 doing? When they cut the tape on, what do they see 1 doing? When they cut the tape on, what do they see 17 doing? Like, that's all they know. So, we have to stand on that. No matter what we're playing for, no matter what the situation is, we have to stand on that, and that's what we're going to do.
You talked about the young guys. What kind of impact has Sauce had on this defense?
It's been huge. I think, the only way I can truly compare it is, I was in New Orleans when we drafted Marshawn, and, you just notice immediately, that side of the field just looks different. There's not as many route concepts going over there. There's not as many passes thrown over there. It's just, it looks different. And when you throw a pass over there, I'm surprised if one gets caught now. Like, so that's just the different mentality it comes with having a guy like that and then having a guy like DJ on the other side. So, those are true, true organization-changing players, and just, glad to be able to go to war with those guys every week.
Sheldon, what was your going through your head the other day with all the DeMar Hamlin stuff, and in light of that, I'm sure you guys have been thinking a lot about what you're playing.
It's tough. I was watching the game, as it happened, and was almost in disbelief, because he made the tackle, then he got up for a split second, and then he collapsed. And, in the moment, what actually is taking place is not what anybody could have fathomed what was actually going on. You're probably thinking, oh, maybe just a bad concussion or something like that. And, obviously still bad, but not to the degree to which, what is actually taking place currently. So it's tough to watch that and then understand that, that's truly the life we live. Going out there, you just never know what could happen on a given play, and it's such a freak accident. And you just send your prayers and thoughts out to him and his family, because it's bad enough for anybody to have to deal with anything when it comes to football, whether it be a small injury or anything else. But for someone to truly be laying up in a hospital, truly fighting for his life, nobody ever thinks about that when it comes to football. So it's truly a gut-wrenching feeling, to think about that we go out here and play this game, and that's a real possibility that could take place. So thoughts and prayers go out to that family and to him, and you just pray and pray that he's able to walk out of there fine and he's able to live his life normally for the rest of his life.
Sal said that he in the meeting today let everybody kind of speak openly. He had doctors in there and stuff. What was that meeting like?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where obviously everybody had the floor to speak, but it's one of those things nobody really knows what to say, right? It's a situation that's never really taken place. Nobody has history with a situation like this, so it's one of those things that obviously you can speak on it and say certain things, but at the end of the day. It's all about, just sending those prayers, those thoughts, and truly just wishing the best for him and his family in a situation like this. That's the best thing you can do right now. You don't over talk about it or anything like that. Just continue to send those prayers, those thoughts, positivity to that situation, and just hope he's able to walk out of there and continue to live his life, in a beautiful manner.
Given what you just said, about having that possibility, you're preparing to play a football game on Sunday. So I don't like. How do you do that?
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough. Like I said, it's uncharted territory. We've never, I've never been standing up here and talking about a player who's really fighting for his life right now in a hospital bed. So I've never, had to do that. So it's tough to think about that and have to go out there and do what we do. But it's something we all understand. Especially now that comes with the territory, and you pray for protection over yourself as you go out there. You play the game the right way, and then you just sometimes it's just bad luck. For him to be able to deal with that, or anybody to have to deal with that. So you just go out there, you play the game the right way, and you just you hope nothing like that happens. But again, all the prayers and thoughts go out to him and his family. That's just, I can't fathom having to deal with that situation for anyone, let alone one of my NFL brothers.
We use the war cliches about going to war when we talk about football games sometimes.
Yeah.
Does this put that into perspective for you? I mean, and when you saw the Bengals, going over to the Bills locker room, I mean, you said your NFL brother there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's obviously something that you think about, because that cliche is thrown around a lot. But no, you just think about him being able to get out of there healthy. That's nothing else matters at this point. Not the Dolphins, not finishing the season strong. It's all about just watching Damar Hamlin being able to walk out of that hospital and be able to live his life the way he had intended to do so before that hit.